Alright guys, I'm fixing to click go live. Alright, y'all are live. Alright, y'all take off with it.
What do the not ready mean?
You're not ready. It means like you have to press ready up to get into the game.
Alright, y'all are live on YouTube right now.
So we've got Jacob, Paul, Caleb, and me. Is that correct?
You want me a nickname or not?
Could they hear that question?
Can y'all hear
Yes, we could.
Jacob, is that you taking all these different forms? Now you're a girl?
Yes, sir.
That's pretty cool. I don't know who this dork is with the tie on. I like that one, Jacob.
Yeah, me too. It's probably my favorite skin on the game, to be honest.
Now that was Paul who just did whatever he just did there. Did you do it on purpose or do it by? Ah, that answers my question.
On purpose.
Well, what's this? I learned a trick. So far, that's the only trick I know.
Yeah, maybe.
What's the next step?
Ready up.
How do I stop
press
up?
Y?
Press Y.
No, press B though.
Who's that looking at? That was cool, Jacob. You looking at your watch? I don't know how y'all. Let's see. How are y'all doing that? Guys, what's the next step?
Just hit the ready up, hit Y or triangle.
Let me fix this time real quick. Comes down. Okay, can you hear me?
I hear you, Caleb, on the phone. Can you guys hear Caleb?
You're good. Hey.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sounds like they can, Caleb.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you through Discord. Nobody else is in the Discord call with me and you. We're just waiting on you to ready up, I think.
Me?
Y'all kick it off. What y'all waiting on?
I don't know.
No, sir. We was waiting on Caleb.
Gotcha.
All right, we ready?
All right, I think
Press Y.
we got one more person that's not ready.
Are we ready now?
Yes, sir.
Oh, we're all green ready up there. So what happens next?
They're gonna find us a match.
Uh-oh. Majority of the items and gear can be found inside buildings. Ah. Alright, Evan, what makes him go?
Remember, it's that top left stick.
I don't know what I'm doing there, but I think I'm missing.
Dang, you're laggy. Holy
I'm what?
cow. You're laggy.
What does that mean?
Like, you're on 330 frames.
Uh-oh.
Okay, where we
we'll
going?
jumping.
What gives?
Alright, look, they're gonna just put a marker down and he'll just follow it.
Playing Fortnite.
I'll let Virus do that one.
Goes, oh, okay. Alright, yeah, press A. Now go to the yellow thing.
Alright, you ready, boys?
Go to the yellow thing. Go to the yellow
Give me like
You don't
30
remember
minutes,
how to
I'll
move
call
anymore?
Bailing out, bailing out.
To move is that. You just did that. Now look down. We'll have to do like two things at once. It's like, press B,
Press what?
B. Now look down. Using
How
the
do I
right
do that?
stick.
Max out.
Using the
Internet.
right.
Bring over here?
Yes, look down.
Alright. I'm looking down, so now when I go down?
No.
No.
Here, let me just get you on.
Is he moving right now? He's not gonna do much good for you then.
The ping seems to get better. Well, the internet like went out right when we pressed start. Paul, what's your ping at?
Oh yeah, I think we're big time laggy.
Big time what?
Laggy.
I'm jumping. I'm like 100.
We're at 1,000.
Oh, it's dropping. It's dropping. 230, 989, 88.
Ebra,
Okay.
put the remote in his hand.
Can y'all see me? Can I see? Can I see them?
You can't see them, and they can't see you.
All right.
Remember how to move. No. Press B. Now use the thing. Yes.
Alright, how are we looking outside?
Is he going forward?
It's lagging, so like teleports you back. But yeah, he's going forward.
Where am I trying to go?
I'm gonna
To
try
the yellow, to where all your teammates are.
What's that thing over there?
Alright, I downed somebody.
See, there they are right there on the screen. You're headed towards them.
I just
Am I looking?
Yeah, I'm down. Little help, little help.
See him over
Where
there?
is it?
See him over there? I'm pointing to him. If you'll walk towards where I'm pointing.
keep walking.
Am I going toward those names?
Yep.
Okay, you told me how to make him jump once, but
Ever, does that ping any better?
I got ambushed by
Yeah.
2.
Somebody got down?
Oh.
Yeah, Max Out's internet was bad there for just a second.
Oh, okay. I'm supposed to go where the little target is.
Just stay within. Press A.
How often you guys do this kind of stuff?
It takes a lot of practice.
I was gonna say,
Yes, sir.
I've been playing this game for 3 years.
I can see how it'd be a lot of fun. Am I doing the right thing? Well, it doesn't matter. I'm trying to chase. Okay, my partner is Caleb.
No,
That's
all
baby.
three of them are.
All three of those guys are your partner.
Oh, you're all
Yeah,
up
we
there?
all partners.
So I don't want to try to hurt Jacob
Yeah.
there. I want to hurt Jacob.
No.
No, they're all those.
Go,
All
sir.
of them are your partner.
What are we trying
We
to
have
do?
3 teammates, a squad of 4.
So look to
We
the
got to
left,
kill
see
all
what
the
they
other
do.
bad guys.
Be the
Has
last
anybody
man
told them
standing.
about the storm yet?
Do
Oh
what?
god.
Anybody told them about the storm?
What- Everett, explain why you said "Oh God" when he said that.
Well, he's just gonna be freaking out and stuff. Like, what's this pink thing?
I appreciate y'all letting me play with y'all.
Yes, sir.
All right,
If
join
you
us.
want to, you can just follow me. I'll protect you.
Where are you?
Right.
He's Twitch virus.
My
Just
name's
look for
on
his
your screen
username.
and just like
Just
spin
stay
till you see my
behind.
name. And
Is
then come
that
straight to
Jacob
me.
talking or?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Virus.
Oh, I guess I want to do
I'm ready
that.
behind you.
It is what I
There
want
you
to
go.
do?
There.
Take a gun. Take a gun.
Where?
You went past.
It's right there. The,
Where?
Back in
Over
that.
there?
You went past it. Back up. There it is, right there.
And how do I make it
That's right
pick
here.
up?
See how it says X to pick up?
Oh, okay.
There you go. Now you got to switch to the gun.
Oh, now I don't want to shoot Jacob, right?
no.
All right.
I mean, neither of each other.
Oops, I didn't switch.
Did you forget how to switch?
I lost the gun again. There it
It's
is.
still on there.
Alright, so Jacob is loading up, or Twitch, he's loading up because, I keep saying Twitch, Virus is loading up because he wants materials. So he's a good builder. So this is something that I am not. I don't really worry about too much materials because I don't know how to play that
I
way
am
well.
not a builder either.
I treat it like a first person shooter, but it's so much more than that. Alright. They probably need to get going soon.
Do I want to get out of that building?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Now follow me
probably.
right here.
Do what?
Can you hear the shotgun? Come
I
this
do.
way.
Is that where you guys are?
Yes, sir. Come to me. Come to me right here.
Yeah, so you can look for
Over
our
there?
usernames. You'll be able to look at
Hey, there's
us.
somebody shooting back there.
So am I headed in the right direction?
No, see, he's telling you
The
to look
opposite
at their
direction.
usernames and see how it has an arrow there. So he wants you to go towards the username. So since the arrow's to the left, you want to go left. And keep going left until that username.
Yeah, so turn around completely.
Turn
And see,
around.
you're still running that way. See, the other hand right here will turn you. See how this is turning your
There you go.
Hey, storm's coming too. I'm trying to come
Oh,
to
you
you.
better
Now
run,
you're
run, run.
aimed at
You gotta
him.
run.
You gotta use both
Alright,
hands.
Twitch has a
Somebody
car.
has to teach him how to get in the car.
There you go.
He's gonna come pick y'all up.
Oh, now you're about to die.
Tell him to hit X to get in the car.
Is this car a
We're going
good
to get it
thing?
too.
Yeah, they're trying to get you in it.
It's a very good thing.
Now press X so you can get in it.
Let's go.
Alright.
Y'all pick me up?
I picked you up.
Cool. Now I can ride pretty good. Do I have to do anything while I'm riding, or you guys just handle it?
Just
They'll
hang
handle
on.
it for you.
I feel like I got a chauffeur going.
Let's hope I can stay alive.
Who are we running from?
Storm.
See, I kind of took over the screen pink. So you're in the storm, and so it's taking your life away. See your life going away? See that?
Whoa. Are
Tell
you
him not
guys?
to get out.
How do I help? Looks like they're fighting.
All right.
No. See, that got him some
I
life.
don't know if I'm gonna make it.
Where's Caleb?
In the car,
I ain't in the car.
You're not?
I'm running. I'm trying to get there.
Oh, you're on foot,
I don't think I'm
Caleb?
gonna make it. Oh yeah.
Should we wait for you?
Nah, don't worry about it.
We're gonna wait for him right here.
Now, how'd they get out? How'd they get,
Hold X.
how'd they get out of the car?
Hold X. The button you press to get
X,
in. Hold that
okay.
button. Yes, sir.
Is that a pepper?
Ah, yeah, I'm out of there.
Yeah, that's a peppers.
Oh, I got a gun there. So I gotta hit X to take the gun.
And then I think it's that right trigger to get you to the gun.
Oof.
The other one.
Here you go. You just follow me.
I am
right
on
here.
13 health.
There you go. Now you got a gun. All right.
Where we go?
Well, you switch to the shotgun. You only got 3 bullets. Switch again. Switch.
How do I do that?
How you just did it a second
I
ago.
don't know how I did it.
The right trigger.
Just so good.
That shoots. The other right trigger. There you go.
Maybe
Now
I got
there you
bandages
go.
on me.
Now you're ready to go. And you just shot, so now you know how to shoot.
So, guys, where you guys go?
See, again, see his username? If you just
Now we're
walk
going to the
towards
next
it.
circle to get away from the storm.
Uh-huh. I assume there's a way to jump, swim, or something here.
Just walk across it.
Oh, I'd walk across water. That's good. That's cool. Oh, good man.
Alright, I'm just trying to heal up right now. I'll catch up to you.
Heal up. Did you get hurt?
So
Very
see the
badly.
arrows for their usernames?
Yep.
You want to keep going towards their usernames, and you're going that way. If you want to, remember, you can use this to turn.
Gotta
Yeah,
press
you,
B.
yeah, you've got this screen up. So
How do I get rid of
press
that?
B to get rid of the screen. Now, remember, this turns you left and right like a drone, and then this takes you forward and back. And then look, you're looking them down, so let's look the other way. There you go. And see these
Got a
arrows?
long way to
I'm
go
trying to get
to.
it to turn right. I'm twisting right here.
So that you don't twist it. Remember, right, left, just like your drone. Just keep doing that because you're looking up at the sky. There you go. Now you're looking at the ground and you're just running in circles.
Trying to make it turn
You
that
guys trying
way.
to stay in the storm?
So remember,
I'm not trying
down,
to.
so up, down, right? I'm putting your finger on it. You take
Yeah, I
it
know.
up,
I'm
down,
trying to go that way.
up. Yeah, so you can look. So you've let go of the controller, so I can't show you how to do it. There you go.
I don't know what I'm trying to do right now.
So remember, you got to use two hands. This takes you forward and back with this hand, forward and back. This takes you left and right.
Two hands at once.
It's
huh?
two hands at once, that's right. And see, now you look, there you go. No, now you're looking at the ground. Keep rotating it so you're not looking at the ground. So keep rotating it so you're not looking at, see how this lets you look up at the sky and then down at the ground? You want to kind of look straight ahead, right? So now you can use your left hand to run, but now if you use your right hand, you can turn right and left. So use your right
I'm
hand.
not gonna make it.
Do what?
I don't think I'm gonna make it.
There you go.
I'm in the water.
Yeah, right now you are. See, you're dying in the storm.
Oh man. How far are you back there?
Me?
It's a slow death.
It's a real slow one.
I wish they'd shot better. Then they could have just killed me right out.
I don't think it's gonna be worth it. I'm gone. Might as well grab my stuff.
Do what?
I just grab my stuff.
So now they're moving you.
They're doing what to me?
Somebody got my reboot card?
Won't y'all just play like
Awesome.
Yeah, I got it. I'm trying to reboot myself now.
Now, Everett's gonna play while you talk.
I can't play anymore.
It's not gonna reboot you in 67 seconds?
No, they didn't get my
Barely.
regular card. Which virus? You're on crack, man. Holy cow.
Is that
Jeez,
Jacob?
my man's tunneling. Oh,
Is that Jacob doing that?
yeah.
Y'all watching Virus?
Yeah. Everett
It's
is
Oh my god.
Everett's impressed with his skills.
That's why I wanted it on here so bad.
People texting what they love.
Jacob, how long have you been doing this kind of thing?
Since I was probably 14 playing games, but I've only been playing Fortnite for 2 years.
Yeah, I'm finna die now.
Okay, where's Paul? I heard him say that, but I don't see where he is.
Well, you're following Jacob right now. You're in the view Jacob's in right now.
Oh, man to your left.
Oh, do y'all have my
Yeah, I'm
reboot
dead.
card?
1 second
Yeah.
it says. Well, it,
Alright, Everett, can
picked
you
up that
reboot?
one.
You can play?
I didn't get my reboot card.
I don't know. You're gonna have to explain what that means.
So look, when you die, it lays a card
Uh-huh.
where you die.
Okay.
They didn't run and get my card
Yeah.
within 60 seconds. So then now I'm completely dead.
Oh, you're
There's no bringing it back.
Gotcha.
now is
So-
it you that's dead or me?
Well, both
The
of y'all are the
person-
same person. Yeah, y'all are the same person. So we just
I'm
gotta
dead,
wait till this
yeah.
game's over and then go back in. I got you. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Dang.
There's other ones. Y'all like the new season?
This is
Me?
my first time playing on the new season.
Oh,
Is
really?
it?
It is, yeah. I had to watch that whole new
That's mine also.
trailer before I could even play this game.
Well, guys, I appreciate you guys introducing me to gaming. I've always been real curious about it. I got a son-in-law and a daughter that play it all the time. Obviously, my grandson over here plays
Well,
it.
you're gonna do real well on the next one.
I am. I don't know if you
You
want
are,
to
yeah.
get.
We're gonna get you going.
You may not want to be that optimistic, although it'd be fine with me. Fun to watch it.
You won, Granddaddy?
Yeah,
Oh,
we
look at
won.
I won.
Yeah.
Dang, I'm good. Wait a minute.
You won the first one.
You won for winning Fortnite.
Now, did our win or did our team win?
Our team.
Oh, so I was a part of a victorious team.
Yeah.
Yeah, the virus is MVP right here. And then you'll want to ready up for the next one.
All right, well, I'm going to see if I can't do better this time around. Finding next match. Okay. Y'all going to see some improvement.
Yeah,
See what, Caleb?
you can go ahead.
Yeah, so now guys, I bet you see a little improvement this time. He's a quick learner. So
I really am.
time 2 now, second time around.
But,
Oh, no, you'll be better than that.
Caleb, guys, how many folks that live in New Albany you think do this, are gamers, do this kind of regularly?
I know for
I
a
would
fact
probably
about 20 to 30.
I would probably say 50%, or at least play games often.
How many did you say, Jacob?
And one of the
20
biggest,
to 30.
Jacob said 20 to 30, Caleb says about half of that age. Half of
I
who?
would say about like just casually. I don't think people play. I would maybe say 20% play this intensely, but
Okay.
most people have at least an Xbox or a Nintendo Switch or something and
Okay.
play on it often.
All right. Takes a good bit of.
All right, I'm gonna let y'all set the marker this time. Nice.
Takes a lot of internet capacity.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
it's a
the only
really.
reason I don't have an Xbox is because I get at most 1.8 megabytes per second. So
Really?
I can't even do this unless I'm at the coffee shop.
Why would an Xbox?
I get
be
about
so-
24.
Do you? How, what?
Yeah,
how
but
do
I
you,
live in. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, is that Jacob?
Yes, sir.
No, you go ahead. You live where?
I'm from New Albany, and I'm going to move back there in December, but I'm in Hattiesburg right now in school.
Okay, so you're getting the university connection there, internet.
Well, I actually have my own apartment.
Okay. And you're getting how much speed right now?
About 20 to 24.
All right. Well, one of the things I'm really interested in is, actually, I've said it in the campaign, I would like New Albany to have the best internet access and speed of anybody in this area. And in a way,
Yeah.
I think it's really important for a lot of reasons, but certainly gaming is not possible without it. And
Right.
but also I like the idea of people being able to live in New Albany and work for anybody in the world.
Right. And like my parents, they have a Max South and they hate it. But I have a friend from Vicksburg, Mississippi. He has AT&T fiber optic,
Yes, sir.
and he gets about a 1 gig of download speed.
Really?
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah,
So
I'm getting
it's
lit up.
outrageous.
at my house, I get about 100 megabits at best. Now, how would that translate into trying to play this kind of game?
Oh,
Would
not good at all.
Okay, so that's, and when you said Max South, do you mean here in Union County, New Albany, or do you mean?
Yes, sir.
No, okay,
No, I have Xfinity down here,
all right.
but I have a Max South back home.
Well, we've really been looking into ways to get more speed and get more.
Hey, I'm down. Anybody want to get me? If you can.
Okay, how can I do okay?
Might be kind of hard.
Okay, we coming.
I'll head that way.
I got about 40 left.
Ever your cousin Kaylee said she's watching.
Did you see that jump?
Yeah.
Told you I was gonna get better.
Dad, why don't you give Kaylee a shout out? She's watching you right now live.
Kaylee Grace,
She can see you.
Got
you just
people
can't
coming
see
our
her.
way too.
how's it going, Kaylee Grace?
All right, watch behind you after this. Awesome. Thank you so much.
All right.
There's some people on the other side of this building.
Now, Kaylee Grace, I'm surprised that you guys have got good enough internet where you are to be able to be involved in this.
I think she's just watching on her phone.
No.
Did you get shot?
Dang it.
Oh, that got me.
Oh,
What's he need to say? Say you're doing.
oh, I'm down. Can you guys see that I'm down, or is that just? Do I just?
Yeah,
Yeah,
sir.
he's gonna get you in a second.
Okay.
Virus got him for us. He's a beast, man. He just downed that whole squad.
See, when you go down, he's gonna pick your card up. No?
No, I'm not gonna
Oh,
pick up
you're
his card. I'm just
reviving
gonna
him?
revive him.
Oh, I got you.
So Virus has got
I
special
guess so.
powers. Can I heal people like that?
Yes,
If they're
sir.
down, yeah.
I just okay. That's gonna be a new.
So if somebody gets knocked down, then you can do that.
Hey, does anybody have heels?
I'm looking for him now.
I do not.
All right, pull that. Okay, we're good.
Show the chest.
That's pretty different.
There's a med kit right here. Somebody just take that.
Hey Caleb, when you get a chance, talk a little bit about your desire for the gaming, the city gaming team you had talked about.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, well,
That line.
mostly, I think anybody that's ever had a conversation with me knows my view on New Albany. I love it. I think it has more potential than almost any city in the world
Oh,
to
go
be.
ahead. I'm
Yeah,
down
I'm
again. I'm
pinging
down
somebody
again.
right
But go
now.
ahead, Caleb. I'm sorry.
You good?
Keep going with
Let me
what you
cut
had.
time. All right. But one of those things that I think the reason we stay behind in Mississippi as a whole, and especially in the gaming world, is our lack of good internet. I think that's always going to be a problem until we fix that.
Amen.
But people can't really do any kind of internet stuff, like any kind of gaming or any kind of streaming, until they have good internet. Like it's just borderline impossible.
Yes, sir.
So that's why I so strongly believe in your internet campaign, because that's the root of the problem. And once that gets fixed, we'll definitely see a bigger growth in gaming in our area, regardless of if an esports team happened or anything. But with that problem being fixed, I think it would be a great step forward, instead of just baby steps, actually jumping towards closing the gap in that area, because you have towns in Kansas like Wichita that have a very, very good thing going for them, the Wichita Wolves, and then you have, Los Angeles and New York, and those are the people that you know of real well, but who's to say we can do that in Mississippi? I mean, especially if we're going to do it eventually, the world's doing it, the nation's doing it, the states are doing it, and I just, if we're going to be able to do it, there's no reason to stay behind on that, I would love to see New Albany being the ones taking that charge, getting us ahead of places like Tupelo and Oxford and Memphis,
Yep.
And I just think that'd be a great step to the right direction in New Albany's growth, because we are Mississippi's small town and we're America's small town, and I don't think that means we have to be the little guy. I just think that means we can be the best small city we can be,
Well, and get guys like you and Paul and Jacob.
I can back Caleb up there.
Go ahead. How do you mean?
Our internet's just going out, man.
Like I stream and I make anywhere from $100 to $400 a month off Twitch. Like, I'm not a very big Twitch streamer, but I make money off of it, right?
Yes, sir. Well, and I know since I've been,
I have to stream down here, and whenever I move back home in New Albany, I can't stream.
Okay. Well, and we have several people here in New Albany. Since I started my campaign, going to neighborhoods, asking questions, I have run into a surprising number of people who really depend on good, strong internet for their living. And I'm talking some people making in excess of $100,000 a year just because they have opportunities to get online. And of course, so being online is their lifeline. And in a way, in New Albany especially, that's really dependent on what your address is. I mean, there's places where it's pretty good, not as good as what y'all been describing, but pretty decent. And then there's places where it's just non-existent. What were you going to say, Caleb?
I was just agreeing with you, but I would say me and my wife are currently trying to move to New Albany, and the biggest factor for us is, do they have good internet or not? Like, we're not going to move to a place that doesn't have exceptional internet, and that really narrows down our opportunities to live in New Albany, because you have to really live in a place like Park Place or somewhere like that can afford those wired connections, and it's just really hard, because so many people want to move to New Albany, even not from in-state, from out of state, but the only thing holding them back is the fact that they can't really do what they need to do there because of that.
Well, and I'm sitting here with Robert and Everett, but one of the things Robert has suggested over time, and I agree, is to really build a community, you have to have good water, you have to have good electricity, you need to have strong roads, and you need to have good internet. I mean, you really got to have all four things to have what I would call a first-class city that has a lot to offer. I mean, how does that sound to you? Does that make sense?
With that.
But
And Ole Miss has a gaming team, and like, if like, they have nowhere in Mississippi to compete, they don't have a place in Oxford to compete, like, besides their campus. And like, who's to say instead of them traveling to Atlanta to compete, why can't they host it in New Albany?
well, and that's
Hey, a
Jacob.
lot of loot up here on the hill.
And I agree, Jacob. Now, is there any of this have a team yet? Anybody know?
Yes, Mississippi State has a gaming team as well.
Okay. Or do you know if there are any? Would you describe a little bit to me exactly how?
A lot of their Smash players come to.
Say that again, Caleb.
Like, they
I would say a lot of their esports team for the Smash community comes to Brew Albany for our tournaments.
Okay. So we have tournaments here occasionally.
Yes, sir. Brew Albany hosts a lot of different kinds of
Not money tournaments, like what they win and when they go to Atlanta, whenever they go to
Fortnite
those
tournaments,
places.
Overwatch, and Smash Bros.
And
As well
so
as like Mario Kart, but that's not really competitive.
that's big, and I'm assuming the limiting factor is sufficient capacity on the internet speed.
Yes, sir. We have to host a certain amount of people per time, just because we can't ever use our Wi-Fi, which we do have the best package available through AT&T for the city of New Albany, but it's still, it can only handle so much.
Okay. Talk to me a little bit about esports, because I've heard you mention that before, and I see a good bit of that talked about on television. Can you kind of give me a little bit of a synopsis of what that is and how it would work?
Okay, yeah.
Esports is
I think Virus
basically
might be able to get me
Hey,
a little
hey,
what
bit
we're
more.
doing right
Yeah.
now, except
Okay, yeah.
compete to figure out who's the best.
Go ahead, Jacob.
Man on man.
And like they literally just hold tournaments and they hold reward like they hold reward programs and stuff, and they make money off of it. And like if they stream on Twitch, they make like $3 per subscriber. It's kind of like YouTube.
Yep.
And then they also make money from other things such as like donations and stuff like that. And a lot of people enjoy donating. Like they enjoy watching their people they know play.
Well, explain the kind of events that you talked about for Atlanta, where a lot of people go there and participate. Can you kind of describe that kind of thing?
Okay, well, they have anywhere from 50 to 200 different computers set up with them on it, and literally they'll all just come there together, collectively, and they'll all play at one time.
Is this a one-day event or a one-night event or a weekend event, or how does that work?
Sometimes it's 1 day, sometimes it's 3 days, it just depends.
Okay, I'm thinking about the idea of tourism and bringing the town and that kind of stuff.
Right, and it'll bring a lot of people in, because those like TwitchCon events and stuff, sometimes like TwitchCon was overseas last year, and it was anywhere from like 500 to 2 million people. He owns Robert's Electrical and Plumbing.
Okay, all right. And that's that's right here. Okay,
Yes,
I got
he
you.
lives in Myrtle.
Well,
Yep, I went to school. I know your dad from school.
Really?
Really?
I have 2 little brothers.
well, Jacob, it was good to play with you.
It was
guys-
good to play with you.
You guys want to play one more? Jacob, you
Yeah, we can do
can
one
hop
more.
off and we'll play one more.
That sounds good to me.
Sure.
Enjoyed it, Jacob. Appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a good night.
Appreciate it, man.
We were having trouble with our internet here. I hooked up to my phone hotspot and started the stream back up. I don't know if the rain or what, but the ping was like 1,000 that whole game.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We'll see what it's like on the hotspot.
Well, we ain't gonna do as good this time, but we might can hold it up.
Yeah, he was pretty good, wasn't he?
It's pretty great, man.
Well, I have to admit to a little bit of help.
Alright, so since there's only 3 of us, we really need to stick together on this one.
No doubt.
All right.
And since he's not here, regardless, like he pretty much revived us every time.
Is it too
So
late to add him? Oh, you're already in the game? Okay.
y'all want to drop somewhere a little bit more safe?
Sounds good.
Safe's always good to me.
Hey, Alex. Dad, Alex Farrell, John Farrell's son's watching. Alex, we had already started when I saw your comment. Sorry about that, man.
How you doing, Alex? Oh my goodness! Now who's the dribbler?
Alright, so let's drop at the end of the map towards those nuclear power plant looking things down there. Is that cool with y'all? Oh, you already dropped, have you?
Wait.
You already dropped?
Sorry.
Alright, now you're good. I just followed y'all.
Hey, Caleb, tell us more about Brew Albany and what you got going on over there.
So one of my big passions in life is coffee, which I've been making coffee since I was 16 years old. That was my first job as a barista and a soda jerk at Tyson's Pharmacy in Holly Springs. So that's always been, we didn't really do it exactly the way we do it now. I've since been professionally trained, and all of our coffee is kind of like a science instead of just a hobby. But I've really enjoyed that more than anything. I've really enjoyed being downtown. I didn't really. Let me take care of this girl real quick. She got me. I didn't have a gun yet.
It's hard for me to talk and play at the same time.
Yeah.
Did you feel that way at all, or are you pretty good at just doing them both?
No, I definitely cannot do it at the same time.
Okay.
But I'm down right now, so it's not going to matter much. Y'all might have to go with that.
Well, go ahead with, you were talking about Brew Albany and...
So, I wasn't going to open a coffee shop for a long time because I had a lot of things going. I work at Home Care Hospice as their community liaison. I was a pastor at the moment. I was a full-time student, just got married, so it wasn't like an ideal situation for me just to open a coffee shop, but I had always wanted to, and I always planned to in the future. And one day I tried to walk into AC's, and it just wasn't there, because I tried to open the door, nothing would open, it said closed permanently. So I contacted the building owner, and I was like, hey, I really want to put some good coffee here, because New Albany deserves that spot. I didn't want to see the building turn into something that wasn't going to be used, wisely or anything, which I'm not saying I would have, but I just wanted to make sure, this area stayed good, because the Tanglefoot Trail, especially this trailhead, is like my favorite place, one of my favorite places in the world. I've been to a lot of places, but it's still really high up there. So I ended up asking if I could put a coffee shop. She said yes. We started the renovations in October and opened up in December. It's been well received. We started our refresher teas last 2 Saturdays ago, and that's really picked up as well. So business is great. New Albany has really received us well. But one of my big passions, of course, is games. Which Fortnite's not my forte at all, but I do enjoy playing it, especially with people like Jacob that get me a number 1 win every single time. So
a ringer. It's good to play with a ringer.
Yeah.
For sure, yeah. And so I had this idea of starting to do tournaments because I was like, it's my favorite game in the world is Super Smash Bros., which I might have heard of that. It's a smaller esports community, but it's very widely played for Nintendo players. And so I started hosting tournaments. It was a huge one. Our first one we did, because of COVID restrictions, we kind of limited it. And it was completely full both nights, or all 3 nights actually. And so that was it opened my eyes up to the whole esports thing. And some of the people there from the Oxford Ole Miss esports team, the Starkville esports team, had invited me to join their statewide server. So it's pretty much a collection of kind of the tournament organizers. They decided, hey, this would be better if we just all got together and kind of centralized the whole Smash community. So I joined on board. I'm North Mississippi tournament organizer, pretty much everywhere North Mississippi except for Oxford and Starkville. And we host our tournaments here. I'm actually looking at another venue in New Albany, downtown. Hopefully, might open an event center for this, but we're not sure yet. We're just looking into it right now, and has a lot more space. It's mostly, like I said, going to depend on internet.
Right.
If we can do that, make it work out. But I'm telling you that I've truly witnessed the amount of gamers in New Albany from the people that walked in just getting coffee, and they're like, "Wait, y'all do tournaments? Wait, y'all play games here? Wait, you have internet that's good?" And you know, and it's such a surprising thing because that's why I think there's so many gamers. That's why I put it up to 50%. I'm not saying everyone's competitive gamers. I'm not saying everyone streams, but almost everybody, due to COVID and maybe a few stimulus checks, now has a console and plays it often. And I think also due to COVID, we've seen the gaming industry, especially esports, hit a $1 billion industry, over $1 billion industry for the first time. And like Jacob said, people make a lot of money off this, and there are people like him that do this completely for a living. If you go to GameStop in New Albany, you can just listen to the TV that they have in there of people that do that completely for a living, people that your sons probably look up to, probably follow with all their heart, names that they just know of. I mean, this is a big thing, and I don't think we need to count Mississippi out of it. So that's my goal with starting the tournaments is to find some talent. We'll actually be the first, Albany will be the first company to sponsor Smash Bros. Players in Mississippi. So we're going to be scouting out some of that. Hopefully maybe we'll have a Fortnite and Call of Duty team. But like I said, I would much rather have the New Albany esports team rather than a Brew Albany sponsored esports player. I think that would be for sure the move in the future to put us on the map, to bring in some extra money. And it honestly would be a very low cost investment for anybody, which is why I believe in it so strong. I love anything that will bring free marketing, really free money for a low investment. I'm always down for something like that, which is why I think it would be great.
And I could tell right off the bat when I first met you that you were very passionate about it, and kind of where you were kind of fit with where I was with the idea of trying to have as much internet access as possible, because I really think communities are going to be limited if they don't have good, strong internet. And I had something I was going to ask you and I just forgot it. Lost it.
Hey, so Kaylee, Everett's cousin, your granddaughter's on here, and she said, "You're good at Fortnite."
Well, I've been practicing now for the last hour or so, and plus I have a tutor sitting right here next to me. But Caleb,
we got to be transparent and show everybody. I don't know if you can see, but it's actually Everett playing Fortnite.
Well, at some point I was trying to talking and trying to learn how to play at the same time was not working that well. But Caleb, just to let me weigh in on this idea, big picture wise, you know, I hear people, young people especially, say there's just not enough to do in New Albany, and I don't think any one thing meets everybody. But I do think the more we offer and the more opportunities we offer, whether it's in gaming, I guess you'd call it esports, same kind of thing, or whether it's in Frisbee golf out at the park along the river, or activities at Sportsplex and all the other kind of things. We just need as great restaurants. We need as wide a variety of opportunities for people to enjoy family life and enjoy themselves as possible. And I think this is one of those opportunities.
Yes, sir.
And does that make sense?
Oh, for sure. I think that I really loved what they did when they brought in a big wave of great talent like Chow Chow and a few others.
Right.
I think that really not only boosted New Albany's economy or tourism, whatever you want to call that, but I really think it really improved the lifestyle of people living here. You know, it is about getting people to visit, and it is about making sure we can put ourselves on the map to others. But those people living here have benefited more than anybody. And I do believe it's going to be the same thing. Although we'd love to have some more people, watch New Albany and their events and want to visit. And, even though Tupelo and Oxford are going to capture most of your traffic, we'd love to put New Albany in that area as well. And I think a lot of that is going to have the residents want to stay here instead of go to Tupelo for their day,
Well,
Just
and
having something to offer them to say, hey, well, how about instead of going to Tupelo today or at the mall or whatever, we go downtown and shop, and having more good businesses, people that really care about everything and having a variety, like you said, is going to help that.
I agree, and I was glad to see that you had opened a coffee shop. I had the same experience with AC's as you did. I went there one day to get some coffee, and it was closed.
Yes, sir.
And then I just happened to go back there again just to kind of see what was going on, and I noticed it was open again, and that's when I came in and talked to you a while and met you and kind of found out a lot about what you're trying to do. But you have a lot of talent in a lot of ways, and I'm certainly glad that you set up shop here in New Albany.
I appreciate that. Well, I'm for sure here to stay. I plan on doing a lot more. Like I said, I'd love for other people to open up stuff, but I have several ideas on what I really think New Albany needs, and I want to meet those needs if possible. If somebody doesn't beat me to them, I definitely want to improve somebody's life here.
Well, and my leadership style is to really listen to a lot of people who know things, and then try to take the things that they teach me, and then go build on them, and go help develop them, and then even have them help me develop them, because I certainly, you know a lot more about gaming than I do. And and you and your friends who do this a lot, and so I just think it's incumbent upon me, and that's going to be true for a lot of things. It's incumbent upon me to listen and try to learn from it, and then see what we can do to develop it. And it does fit into the overall picture, because my ultimate goal, separate from what we've been talking about, is to get the first reasonably sized tech company to relocate to New Albany. A lot of companies are moving out of California for a variety of reasons, and we talked about Tesla going to Texas and all the rest of this kind of stuff. But you got Toyota down here now, you got Nissan down here, you got manufacturing moving, and at some point I just believe the tech industry is going to be ready to branch out more. And when that happens, I want us to be ready. I don't want us to have a plan to be ready, I want us to be ready.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I want to follow up on that just to brag on you, if you don't mind. I think
anytime you want to, go ahead.
I think with your vision for increasing our broadband and our internet speeds, and bringing in those tech companies, that's huge, because they really are leaving Silicon Valley at an unprecedented rate. And their only requirement is a place with land and good internet. And I think New Albany will have both. And if you can manage to capture a few, even the smaller, advanced, and forward-thinking tech companies, New Albany would for sure benefit by being the first to see that.
And something about me just likes to be first.
Oh yeah.
And I think it'd be great for our town, and of course it'd also meet my ego, I guess. But I would love, I just think it would be a real accomplishment if we could do that. I think it'd change the landscape.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
and another thing, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Caleb.
I was just gonna say another thing. Owning a coffee shop and having to test the water quality.
Yes.
That's one of the things that really made me want to push for you as well, is because those are the things that people don't care about, and those are the things that people are drinking and bathing in and using every single day. So the things that we don't think about, I know you're concerned for it, and I know you want to fix our water quality, and you want to help our COVID relief money and budget that to make sure it's not wasted or lost. So those are the things that I really appreciate even more than the internet, is the fact that the little things that sometimes we forget to think of that might either harm our health or prevent us from growth. You're really taking that on head on. So I appreciate that.
Well, I appreciate the kind words. What'd you have, Robert?
I was going to ask Caleb, do you know at our high school we've got a gaming team, and at our middle school we've got one. Chris Russell's on the stream right now. He's the high school gaming team coach, and he's watching you play. If you don't care, I'm going to share your contact info with him after the stream. I think you and him would get along, but I think also y'all could collaborate on what the gaming team's doing, right? And
Awesome.
my wife Sarah does the middle school gaming team. So I think it'd be cool if we could get you in both places and just kind of meet the kids, and I think we could really grow it, right?
No, for sure.
But
I appreciate that.
Talking to you, I can tell. I know you own the coffee shop, but it sounds like politics may be in your future too.
Well, and honestly, by you being involved with schools, one of the things I would like to see, and I've said this before to different people, but I think the school is one of our greatest assets. A lot of people come here after they go on the internet and shop all over the country where they want to be, and they narrow it down, and New Albany's usually in that group, and a lot of times they come here. And so I think that the school district's a real asset, and so I want our city and our schools to do more things together, to have more opportunities. And so here you are, a businessman and a gamer, and we might have a link now to the school again, and they get to see it from a different light, and everybody learns from one another.
No doubt.
So,
hopefully within the future, I know maybe Northeast and ICC are looking into the esports thing, but also college. I'm currently, which this is my last year at Blue Mountain College. I graduate this May, but I've still been, making sure that our president there knows about the growth of esports. I'm the Student Body Association president this year, and one of the last things I'm going to do is really urge her to look into that and give her any help she needs with that, because being able to have scholarships for those people in the middle school and the high school teams, I don't think that's out of far reach, and putting money in their pockets to get them educated and to further their careers. Even though it's just a game to some people, even though it's just a game of Fortnite, for some people it's a scholarship. For some people it's a 4-year degree, and having fun while you're doing it. So some people it's a lifestyle, some people it's a whole career. And I think that, like you said, with the schools, if we could further that in the future. 3 number ones in a row. Look at us go.
One again.
Like I said, I think that'd be great.
Yeah, Everett's over here fist pumping.
Good job, man. You carried the team this time.
Well, Caleb, before we call it a night, just real quick, it's my understanding, and you tell me if I'm wrong, but if a college decided to have a gaming team, let's say Blue Mountain did, then there are ways to be able to make money through the gaming effort so that it wouldn't necessarily cost the university any money.
It usually does not cost much money, except for, depends on how you go about it. So, for example, if my business wants to sponsor, well, I'm just going to say a Fortnite player. Let's say Virus, who was just on there with us. I see that he's really good. I'm into the whole gaming thing, but from a business standpoint, businesses can sponsor players, which is like Monster Energy sponsors Ninja, which is a famous, or not Red Bull, not Monster. Red Bull sponsors Ninja. Sometimes clothing companies will sponsor people like that, and that's a good marketing tool for me. Having him to play on our behalf would be more of a marketing thing. For colleges,
I see.
So it depends on your aspect. For colleges, when they add a team, it's just as legitimate as any sporting event, just like your basketball games, your football games. It's just a different style. So most of that's going to be Twitch streamed. You pay for admission, and they're some of the nicest events you could ever go to. If you'll ever look up like a Fortnite championship, I mean, this is stadiums you're talking about. It would take something like their actual gym, turning it into a stadium type deal where people can march from the audience and have the big screens up there. But it's just, esports is the future of sports. And I'm not going to say they're going to eradicate basketball and football, because they're not. But they are on their way to becoming just as legitimate as your traditional sports. And the good thing about that is your people who don't get to play basketball, who aren't really as athletic, might really thrive in areas like chess or gaming or other things like that. And you know, imagine not having to settle for no sports or band or basketball, and actually like offering everything. You know, offering someone for their everything for somebody. I think that would help as well. And lastly, on top of that, from a school and a college standpoint, there are city teams, which they're city and state recognized teams, and they can compete with legitimate other city teams. And that's when you get into levels like not your collegiate or your high school, but more like what you would consider the NBA or pro teams for other sports. And you can compete with, I mean, you can have New Albany competing with places like Memphis, New York, Los Angeles, Wichita, Beijing, depending on how good, you know, as long as you qualify, you would see New Albany up there with the big names. And not only would that bring in money from just viewership and admissions, but like I said, it's an easy way, a low-cost, easy way to put us on the map. It's free marketing. It's really creating jobs. But I mean, nothing about it is wrong, you know, and that's why I love it, the idea so much.
And Caleb, I've really enjoyed tonight. I've enjoyed learning about Fortnite, learning about gaming in general, and so I haven't, like I said, I've enjoyed every part of it, and I also hanging out with my grandson and my son. But I think it fits right into the whole idea that we just need the best internet access possible, and we need as much capacity as possible. And
Sure.
and I applaud people like Sam Creekmore, who's working hard to try to get that done, and for us. And I know Brandon Presley.
Yep.
Brandon Presley's worked hard to do it. So there's a lot of people out there working at it. But ultimately, the only way we're going to distinguish ourselves is for us to find ways to do it ourselves with as much help as we can find. So
Yes, sir.
that's what I'll be trying to do if I am in a position to be able to do that. And I really appreciate it. I enjoyed the evening.
Hey, yeah, and it was fun to see him struggle through trying to figure out how to play the game.
Well, honestly, he did better than I did, so I'm not even mad about it.
Well, I have to be honest, I was pretty lost. I did a lot better when I started getting a little help from my grandson.
All right, Caleb, we enjoyed it, man.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a good one. Thank you.
Okay, see you later.
See ya.
Have a good one.